London, England, June 18, 1982. Dawn. A postal worker crossing Blackfriars Bridge spots something unusual beneath the scaffolding. Not debris, a man, hanging from orange nylon rope, gray suit, Italian cut, shoes polished to a mirror shine. Roberto Calvi, 62 years old, chairman of Banco Ambrosiano, known in Vatican circles as God's banker. His pockets are stuffed with 5 pounds of bricks. His wallet contains $15,000 in cash, 3 currencies, dollars, pounds, lira. His Patek Philippe watch, stopped at 1:52 a.m. to Scotland Yard. It's a self-inflicted end, a disgraced banker who couldn't face the consequences. But to those who understand Vatican finance, this wasn't despair. It was a message. The bridge wasn't chosen at random. Members of the P2 Lodge called themselves Frati Neri, Blackfriars. Hanging Roberto Calvi under Blackfriars Bridge was a symbolic execution. To understand why Calvi was silenced, you need to understand Banco Ambrosiano, Italy's largest private bank, headquartered in Milan, founded in 1896 by Catholics, for Catholics. By 1982, it was something else entirely. Calvi had built an empire, a network of shell companies spanning 8 countries, dummy corporations in Panama and the Bahamas, ghost accounts in Switzerland and Luxembourg, and at the center of it all, the Vatican Bank, the Istituto per le Opere di Religione, the IOR, led by Archbishop Paul Marcinkus. Officially, the Vatican was a spiritual investor. Unofficially, they were the largest shareholder in Banco Ambrosiano's shadow network. By June 1982, $1.3 billion is missing, not lost, not stolen, laundered. Through Calvi's network, the Vatican Bank moved money for the Sicilian Mafia, drug cartels, arms dealers, covert intelligence operations in South America. Calvi was the architect, the only man who knew where every dollar was buried. And when the Italian authorities started asking questions, he became a liability the church couldn't afford. March 1981. 1 year before Calvi's final departure, Italian police raid the villa of Licio Gelli, Grand Master of Propaganda Do, the P2 Lodge. Inside, they find a list, 962 names, generals, cabinet ministers, judges, bankers, journalists, a shadow government operating within the Italian state. Roberto Calvi's name is on the list, but Calvi wasn't just a member, he was the paymaster. Every bribe, every payoff, every covert operation, funded through Banco Ambrosiano. When the bank collapsed in June 1982, Calvi fled to London. He told his family he was meeting someone who could help, someone who could make the prosecutors go away. He never said who. On June 17th, he checked into a Chelsea hotel under a false name. The next morning, he was found hanging beneath Blackfriars Bridge. The initial ruling, a self-inflicted end. But the forensics told a different story. 5 pounds of bricks in his pockets, not rubble from the scaffolding, clean, uniform, deliberately placed. The rope around his neck showed no signs of struggle. His hands were free, yet he never tried to remove it. His luxury watch stopped at 1:52 a.m., the exact moment his heart stopped. But here's the problem. The tides under Blackfriars Bridge at 1:52 a.m. would have been chest high. If Calvi had climbed down himself, his shoes and trousers would have been soaked. They were bone dry. In 2002, 20 years later, British authorities reopened the case. New forensic evidence proved Calvi could not have positioned himself on the scaffolding alone. The ruling was changed. Not a self-inflicted end, a professional intervention. 4 members of the Mafia were eventually charged with his termination. They were acquitted. Archbishop Marcinkus was named as a person of interest. He fled to the United States and never returned to Italy. The Vatican never explained the $1.3 billion. Roberto Calvi was God's banker. He moved money for the Mafia, the Vatican, and the shadow government of Italy. When the ledger collapsed, he became the man who knew too much. The bricks in his pockets weren't for weight. They were a signature, the calling card of the Blackfriars. This case is ongoing. Subscribe to stay in the feed. This is Offshore Files, Case 005. Closed for now.